Hi, I'm Kelly Roberts, and I'm super excited about the Nautilus Stretch Bench. I've been a certified fitness professional since 1986, and I've owned a successful personal training business since 1991 that I established soon after I arrived in the United States from Australia. I'm a certified exercise physiologist with the American College of Sports Medicine, a personal trainer, health coach, and group exercise instructor through the American Council on Exercise, and an active aging movement coach. I specialize in training older adults between the ages of 50 right up to 96 years old. As a Schwinn indoor cycling master trainer and competitive cyclist, I know firsthand how essential mobility, flexibility, and recovery are to health, wellness, and long-term vitality. I absolutely love the Nautilus Stretch Bench. And today you'll learn why it's so invaluable. Before I get into details about the bench, I'd like to share some interesting statistics for trends moving into 2021 from the American College of Sports Medicine and the American Council on Exercise. Coming 7th on ACSM's top 10 fitness programs for older adults, we can easily see why the stretch bench is essential to this population. Typically, older adults avoid going to the floor. The stretch bench brings the floor to them. Maintaining mobility is critical to the well-being of older adults, making the bench a #1 pick. ACE names post-workout recovery as number 7 in the top 20 trends for 2021, and health and wellness coaching as number 11. Recovery is now finally being taken seriously. You can walk into any gym and see people fighting for space on stretch mats, working on mobility with a wide variety of equipment such as balls, foam rollers, stretch straps, and more. The rise in popularity of yoga speaks to just how mainstream flexibility training has become. In the Human Kinetics book, Full Body Flexibility, Jay Blahnik, the head of technologies for health for Apple, says that stretching is finally on its way to becoming significant in people's training regimes as other components of fitness. Stretching and mobility is on the radar in a big way. So why does stretching matter? Blahnik believes that by making stretching a bigger part of the overall training routines, it often results in marked improvements in performance and injury prevention. And it's not just for athletes. In fact, the performance continuum includes the ability to move in pain-free ranges of motion for office workers and other more sedentary lifestyles. I would wager to say that those who move less need to stretch more. The worst overused injuries come from high-volume, low-amplitude movements. In other words, sitting still for long periods of time. Therefore, those not engaged in sports, mobility training is even more important. It's well established that stretching and mobility work is highly beneficial to athletes of all varieties. As a cyclist who spends long hours sitting in the saddle performing highly repetitive, short range of motion movements, I know well the benefits of stretching. The importance of combining stretching in conjunction with strength training for all athletes makes a difference in sports performance by enhancing muscle balance and posture, thereby decreasing overuse injuries and improving recovery. For my elderly clients, stretching and mobility are critical to the quality of life. Mobility for the elderly can be defined as the ability to move independently and safely from one place to another. Enhancing flexibility for the elderly clearly improves movement efficiency and functional performance. Maintaining postural integrity through key muscles keeps the elderly walking tall and can even decrease muscle, joint, and back pain. The problem lies in positioning the elderly so they can comfortably and safely stretch. This is where the stretch bench fills a much-needed role. Not only does the stretch bench provide a three-dimensional solution to positioning, it aligns the body to optimize each of the 8 stretches with laser-focused precision, something no floor-based stretching program can offer. Getting off the floor clearly has benefits, and not just for the elderly, but for anyone seeking to improve flexibility. The single dimension of the floor often limits the stretch to a single plane of motion. With the stretch bench, more than one plane can be targeted, making stretch more effective and functional due to the fact that more than one plane can be addressed. Most people know they need to stretch. They just don't know how to. The stretch bench offers 8 specific stretches to key areas of the body that are typically tight. Each stretch is clearly and simply illustrated and described for the user to follow. Plus, the wrist straps keep the user safe and secure. There's no guesswork. With focused 3-dimensional stretches, precise positioning and alignment, it's a no-brainer. One of my favorite features lies in the options for either dynamic or static stretching. Dynamic stretching is more movement-based and perfect for many different populations. For example, individuals with arthritis are generally more comfortable with dynamic stretches, and for those with high blood pressure, it's recommended not to perform held static exercises or stretches. Dynamic stretching is energizing and can be a good element as part of a warm-up or in strength training or sports. I especially like it for those folks who spend long hours sitting still. Static stretching methods are deeply relaxing and safely and effectively improve flexibility. Static stretches reduce muscle tension, increase self-awareness, decrease stress, and enhance mood. Both methods increase circulation, thereby improving recovery and injury prevention. Additionally, in today's COVID-19 environment, keeping the machine clean and sanitized is simple. Stretching, when performed in conjunction with strength training, can decrease muscle soreness, increase range of motion in the joints, enhance coordination, build body awareness, and improve mobility. No matter what level you're at, the stretch bench adjusts to everyone, from the beginner to the most advanced athlete. The rocking motion of the seat creates a gentle oscillation that adapts to either static or dynamic stretching. And since the user can easily control their range of motion, the Nautilus stretch bench is perfect for every level of user. It provides a much-needed solution to mobility and flexibility issues for all levels of fitness and all ages.